February the 8th already. And last week when we celebrated the turning of the light, the changing of the light, have you noticed this week that we have more light? It just suddenly, maybe it was happening, we didn't see it, but anyway, it's here. It's definitely, and yesterday was 60 degrees or something like that. 66 degrees. Yes, we made it. I kind of feel like no matter what else happens, we're good. Our Unity of Billings, our services are being live streamed today. And, excuse me, I'm looking for my words here. Here we go. Shall we sing our opening song together? Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel his mighty power and his grace. I can feel the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I love that song. So back to our Sunday services being live streamed, and thank you all so much for participating, for being here, and for joining us live stream, and for supporting our Unity ministry. You may go to PayPal at unitybillings@gmail.com or on our website, unityofbillings.org. And our website is a continuous work in progress, which is changing and new information there. And it's a beautiful, beautiful website. Thank you, Leslie and Clayton. I appreciate you so much for all you do. Our announcements. We continue with our food collection in the lobby, and this will be an ongoing project.
It's done.
Oh, it's done? Well, okay. All right.
Keep it on until the end of February, so we'll keep collecting food.
Right, that's what I thought. We were going to continue until the end of February. So, yes. So feel free to bring your extra food products, and those will go to family services, people that are in need of our help. Coming March 21st will be Marcia's Step Into Your Magic Festival. And that same day, on March 21st, will be our spring equinox sound bath with Connie Johnson. If you haven't attended either of those, please make an effort to come, because it's quite amazing. And Marcia contributes a large amount of her funds to Unity of Billings. And so does Connie Johnson. So please help support them and Unity of Billings. Our meditation room is available 9:30 a.m. on Sundays, and on Monday and Tuesday evenings from 7 to 8 p.m. And now, okay, so I'm going to read, okay. I don't have my glasses. So we're having a special time. Thank goodness they're up here. And Charlene, thank you so much. She bought a special pair of glasses to live here at the podium for just those days such as this. And guess who took them home? So they're amongst all my huge collection of glasses at home. I'm going to have to bring several pairs back. So today we have the great pleasure of Reverend Jim Reindollar. And his message is, what does the Lord require? His messages are always so good. February 15th will be Reverend Edie Weigel, and her message will be of love, perfect timing. February 22nd, Reverend Phil Zimke, And March the 1st will be, again, Reverend Edie Weigel, which will be Potluck Sunday. And now, if you'll take a moment to center yourselves, and we will listen to the Unity Song with David Friedman.
Every prayer is answered, every prayer is heard, every thought and feeling, every spoken word, what your soul has longed for, what your heart can feel, is already here, is already real. There is no one out there is no one else. You hold all the answers deep inside yourself. There's a voice that whispers, there's no you, no me, there's just one, there's just unity. One power, one presence, one light to lead the way, all loving, all knowing, that answers when you pray. When the world looks darkest and your eyes can't see, gather all your troubles, give them all to me. I am always with you, I will always be. I am one, I am unity. We are one, we are
Thank you, David. And this is beautiful. Thank you, Charlene and Debbie and whoever else, Alice. So I light the Christ candle. It is a reminder of the indwelling Christ within us and in our service today. Charlene, do you know if David Friedman wrote the Unity song?
Yes.
He wrote it. That is amazing. It's such a perfect song for us. And I love where he says that all of the answers are within us, that lie within us. It's like, that's really good news. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. So today, our daily word speaks of determination. And we have, I believe we still have some copies on the back table for donation. And they are 2 months of daily words. And they come in very handy. I use them a lot. Determination, if you'll join me. My determination takes me far. Okay, let's see how this goes. In everyone's personal life, there will be the times of ease and times of strength, also times of struggle. In the toughest times, it is natural to feel discouraged and tempted to give up on your plans and your dreams. When discouragement sets in, I remember I am fully human and fully divine, a spiritual being endowed with many divine gifts. I fortify myself by invoking my innate qualities of strength and power. They give me the determination to keep going, to stay the course. I can use my body and my mind to accomplish what I set out to do, but I also know there is more than that. The attributes of God are mine to use. I believe in myself and I move forward with determination. So deeply do we care for you that we are determined to share with you not only the gospel of God, but also our own selves, because you have become very dear to us. Thessalonians 2:18. Excuse me, that's 2:8. Not 2:18. And again, will you affirm with me, determination. My determination takes me far. Well, my determination today is getting us through this, this part of our service, which is awesome. And if you'll join me in affirming our Unity Foundation principle, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. And our Unity of Billings affirmation, crafted by our Unity of Billings prayer chaplain, Charlene Inglis. Through divine wisdom and grace, Unity of Billings is vibrant, healing, and inclusive. I love this so much, this affirmation. It's just exactly short and sweet and to the point. And now, if you'll take a moment to gather your love offerings, your prayers, your suggestions, your compliments, what have you. Hold them in your hands and infuse them with your love and your energy. And join me in praying. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful. Now we'll have some special music. Thank you so much, Clayton and Leslie, again, for all you do and all that you are. Wow, that was a great song. Thank you. Thank you, Clayton. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you. Awesome. I know. That was a very powerful song. I like it. I feel all enthusiastic and like dancing. All right. As we take a moment to give thanks for your physical presence, your gifts, your energy, your love, as we take all of that together and infuse this wonderful group of people and this force of unity, of love and light moving through the world, through the communities, through each of us, the love and the light. And we are the power and the glory forever. And so it is. Thank you. And now, Reverend Jim Reindollar, what does the Lord require? Thank you. Do you need a microphone? You can use this one, okay? Would you like some water?
I know. Good.
Okay, all right, so good to see you.
See you. Thank you for allowing me to come here once again. This is one of my favorite places to come. It's always a joy. So the last time I was here, I couldn't see all of you. So I have had the surgery. I'm not fully finished yet with development, so I do need readers for now. But I can see all of you now. So you look great. I can see the screen. I couldn't see that last time. So,
I know the feeling.
yes. And I always, if you go to Costco, it's like, here's a package of like 6 readers. I thought, who needs 6 readers? Now I know why. One at work, one in the car, one downstairs, one upstairs. So it will be a little bit of a challenge still, but it is much, much better. So thank you all. I know a lot of your prayers and support on that. Thank you so much. So do the reading here before I get to the sermon. And the reading this morning will come from the book of Micah, chapter 6. Can you hear me all fine? Yeah. Hear what the Lord says. Rise, plead your case before the mountains, and let the hills hear your voice. Hear you mountains, the case of the Lord, and you enduring foundations of the earth. For the Lord has a case against his people, and he will contend with Israel. O my people, what have I done to you? And what have I wearied you? Answer me. For I brought you up from the land of Egypt, and redeemed you from the house of slavery. And I sent before you Moses, Aaron, and Miriam. O my people, remember now what the king devised, what Balaam answered him, and what happened in Gilgal, that you may know the saving acts of the Lord. What shall I come before the Lord, and bow myself before God on high? Shall I come before him with burnt offerings, with calves a year old? Will the Lord be pleased with thousands of rams, with tens of thousands of rivers of oil? Shall I give my firstborn for my transgression, the fruit of my body for the sin of my soul? God has told you and shown you what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? But to do justice, to love mercy and kindness, and to walk humbly with your God. So there was a man who had been on a faraway trek for a month, and he'd been away from his wealthy man, home from his large estate, and he just got back. And so a few days early, he wanted to surprise everyone, so he had not called ahead. And he arrived, and at the gate, he met the first staff member was the gardener named Harry. Now, Harry had done a little thing called drop acid before he started his workday. And so as he was there watering the flowers and the man pulled into the driveway, he said, "Oh, hi, Harry. How are things? Did anything happen while I was gone?" "No, nothing happened. Well, the dog died." "Oh, the dog died? Well, that's too bad. How did the dog die?" "Well, I think when he ate the dead horse meat, he died." Dead horse meat? Where did the dog get a hold of dead horse meat? "Well, when the barn burned down, it killed the horses, and the dog ate the meat and died." The barn burned down? How did the barn burn down? "Well, when the house was burning down, they think the flames went over to the barn, killed the horses, and the dog ate the meat and died." The house burned down? How did the house burn down? "Well, they had all the hundreds of candles there in the living room. I think someone knocked one over, and it just kind of was a domino effect. And so the house burned down, flames spread to the barn, killed the horses, and the dog ate the meat and died." Candle? Why were there candles in the living room? "Well, for your mother's funeral, they put out all these candles. Someone knocked them over, and they burned down the house. The flames spread to the barn, killed the horses, the dog ate the meat and died." My mother died? Harry, just tell me what happened while I was gone. Look, I'm only going to tell you this one more time. See, when your wife told your mother that she was leaving you, she had a heart attack and died. And at the funeral, someone knocked over the candles, burned down the house, flames spread to the barn, killed the horses, the dog ate the meat and died. Other than that, nothing happened. That's from the great Flip Wilson, by the way. Can't take credit for that one. So there is sometimes a matter of getting to the point, and it just becomes one of those things that over time, and like at work or in our religious practice especially, we sometimes forget the point. We get caught up in growth and becoming much better at things, but sometimes we kind of lose track of what the point of the story is. And I feel like Micah, which now in the Christian version of the Bible, that's how the Old Testament closes. It's not how the Jewish people do it. But it's an important book. Micah was a prophet, and he is shortly before the time of Christ. And what the prophets are doing is they're changing the way that the Jewish people, and of course Christianity to follow, will think of things. You may have noticed, like burnt offerings, those no longer please you. And so we come to the prophets who tried to bring us back to the point. About 20 years ago, I won't say I was in a faith crisis, that would be too strong of a term, but I was at a point in my life where I just had too many questions that I could no longer ignore. So I sat down and took out a little tablet and I wrote down all the questions I had at that time. And I came up with 30 questions. Now, I no longer have that tablet or that list, so I don't remember what all was on it. I don't remember how I went about trying to answer each and every one, probably a variety of ways. But I do remember that the result was very few answers and more questions. And I don't keep a formal list now, but the quest continues. So this remains, and I'm always trying to learn more, and I'm challenged by books and articles and sermons and Bible readings. I'm challenged by my personal experiences. I'm challenged by global experiences. And so just when sometimes I think I've got something worked out, there will be a wrench thrown in there to make me have to rethink things. And this all started back when I was 10 years old, because that's when I started reading the Bible and going to church, and I learned the 10 Commandments. Thou shalt, I was a King James kid, so that's what you'll have to deal with here. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not lie. Okay, got it. I can do that. Then I read the Jericho story. This is a story where the supposed good guys go in and slaughter a whole community, save for a prostitute who gets to live because she lied. I was so confused. I probably should have gone back to reading the Hardy Boys, but I kept on. So if you go on a lot of church websites, and I don't know if yours has this, I forgot to check, but you often find a what we believe section, and sometimes that's pretty simple, and just kind of like, well, you got that right there. Follow the teachings of Christ as you see them. But some churches are, they have a very strict list. And they'll say, the church I grew up in, we had 27 fundamental beliefs. Stray away from one of them, then you strayed away from all 27. So it's a very strict observance, and a lot of churches do have that. And then we have Micah 6:8. What does God require of you? To do justice, mercy, and walk humbly with God. So I'm used to the do this, don't do that. Lots of don't do that. And so Micah's kind of a refreshing bit here. It's kind of profound in its simplicity. It removes a lot of obstacles. It allows us to center and refresh our thoughts. Justice, I think of fairness and equal opportunity. Wrongs are righted. Even for the poor and the oppressed, they get a voice. They deserve a voice. And they have their experiences heard. Mercy will go against the teaching of the powerful, because they teach revenge, get the others before they get you. But in mercy, we acknowledge hurt. We grant grace and forgiveness. Mercy is holy. And walk humbly with God. There's no room for be holier than thou here. No one is above. We're not walking with God or in front of God, or walking behind or in front of God, but rather we're walking with God. Go back to the mid-1980s. I think I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Elie Wiesel. He won the Nobel Peace Prize, and he was a Holocaust survivor and spent his life working on that and making sure people would remember the Holocaust. And I'm going to give about a whole page worth of his parts of his speech here because it's, I think, very profound. So this is from his acceptance speech of the Nobel Peace Prize. And he starts off by saying that this both frightens and pleases me. It frightens me because I wonder, do I have the right to represent the multitudes who have perished? Do I have the right to accept the great honor on their behalf? I do not. That would be presumptuous. No one may speak for the dead. No one may interpret their mutilated dreams and visions. It pleases me because I may say that this honor belongs to all the survivors and their children, and through us, to the Jewish people with whose destiny I have always identified. I remember, it happened yesterday or an eternity ago. A young Jewish boy discovered the kingdom of night. I remember his bewilderment. I remember his anguish. It happened so fast. The ghetto, the deportation, the sealed cattle car. The fiery altar upon which the history of our people and the future of humankind were meant to be sacrificed. I remember the boy asked his father, "Can this be true? This is the 20th century, not the Middle Ages. Who would allow such crimes to be committed? How could the world remain silent?" And now the boy is turning to me. "Tell me," he says, "what have you done with my future? What have you done with your life?" And I tell him, I have tried. That I've tried to keep memory alive, that I've tried to fight those who would forget. Because if we forget, we are guilty. We are accomplices. We could not prevent their deaths the first time, but if we forget them, then they will be killed a second time. And this time will be our responsibility. And then I explained to him how naive we were, that the world did know and remained silent. And that is why I swore never to be silent whenever and wherever human beings endure suffering and humiliation. We must always take sides. Neutrality helps the oppressor, not the oppressed. Silence encourages the tormentor, never the tormented. Sometimes we must interfere. When human lives are endangered, when human dignity is in jeopardy, national borders and sensitivities become irrelevant. Wherever men or women are persecuted because of their race, religion, or political views, that place at that moment must become the center of the universe. This month will be beginning of, in the Christian calendar, beginning of Lent, which will start on Ash Wednesday in about a week and a half. Now, I didn't grow up with Ash Wednesday. That church with the 27 fundamental beliefs, they would have, if I had asked them why we don't do it, they would have surely said, because we're not Catholic, and that's Catholic. But of course, most things are Catholic because that's Christianity for 2,000 years. So I didn't grow up with it. And actually, when the church was institutionalized in the 4th century, it was not a thing. When the Great Schism occurred in 1054, it was not a thing. It came about in Western Europe, and the Vatican made an official day in 1091. The Eastern Orthodox Church has never adopted it, but they do not discourage services for those who wish to have it. It strikes me as kind of a contradictory service. After all, we're a religion that says death is defeated. And here we are reminding people of their mortality. As a religion that offers hope, it feels too weird to have the minister look you in the eye and say, "You are dust, and to dust you shall return." Even the text that's used for that talks about not trying to draw attention to yourself while you're in times of repentance and mourning. And yet here we are, spreading ashes on the forehead. And if you go to a restaurant or grocery store or someplace afterwards, people will stare at you. I speak from experience. Ash Wednesday kicks off the season of Lent, which can be a bit of an annoying season in terms of social activity. If you invite someone over for dinner, you might discover that they've given up meat or sugar or chocolate. They might have given up social media, so you may have sent someone a Facebook message and days go by and they never respond. So you try to do something in secret. Eventually, sometimes you might have to reveal that, well, I gave this up. Here's what I'm doing because here's why can't do this, or here's why I'm not doing that. Admittedly, I almost always forget to take on a Lenten practice. It's usually the day is here, and I'm like, what should I do? And at some point in that 6.5 week period, I'll forget and break that, what I was doing. So why do we do this? It seems a bit silly. But my first Ash Wednesday service was in 2009. And I've got to say, I loved it. Despite all the oddities, despite the contradictions, I really enjoyed the service. And who am I to argue with my experiences and the experience of others for the past millennium? It's a sense of humility, something most of us need at some point in our lives, even though we don't like it. Being humble is not typically a good feeling, but it is a necessary and spiritual practice. Lent can be a time to think of simplicity, scaling life down, getting back to those basics. We got the Super Bowl coming up. I see a Patriots jersey. I don't know if there's other. I'm having a party. I'm going to be the only football fan there, so it'll be fun. But so you get back. If you have a football team or other sports team, they'll have a little skid maybe during the season, and you'll start hearing the coaches and players saying, "We got to get back to basics. We got to get back doing the little things right." And sometimes that's what Lent is. Just a reminder to bring us back to the beginning, to simplify and get back to those basics. We also treat Lent as a discipline and control, giving up something or taking on something. We want to show that we can do something for a brief period. And Lent becomes about self-control. And perhaps Jesus is telling us to just get back to the basics and simplify. Because we live in a society where we like to be in control. Sometimes of our own circumstances, but also sometimes in those of others. But Christianity is not about control. And Ash Wednesday certainly isn't either. It might be reminding us to know our limits. We fail at times. We don't make right choices. We don't help others like we should, and we aren't saving the world. We cause harm to the planet, each other, and also ourselves. We don't always have the words to comfort someone or the means to help them. We try, but we can only do so much. Despite our best intentions and efforts, we often fail, and that's okay. We are, after all, only human. So this month, we get reminded that we are dust, and to dust we shall return. We're reminded of the story in Genesis, of the Hebrew origin story, that God formed us from the dust and breathed life into us to animate us. Our physical shell will end. We'll have had success. We'll have had failures. We'll do good. We'll do bad. We will help and be helped. And we will fail to help others, and they will fail to help us, because they too are dust. To dust they shall return. We have limits, because it comes with the territory. And in Lent, we have to learn to accept our limitations. To get back to the basic idea, do we surrender control to God? And despite what we sometimes think, that will be for the better. We are no better than kings and queens. We are no better than the people who pick our vegetables or bag our groceries. The young, the old, the athletic, the feeble, the able-bodied, the disabled. We are all the same. We are dust. To dust we shall return. To go back to Elie Wiesel and his conclusion of his speech, he said, "Yes, I have faith. Faith in God and in God's creation. Without it, action would not be possible. And action is the only remedy to indifference. One person of integrity can make a difference of life and death. As long as one dissident is in prison, our freedom will not be true. As long as one child is hungry, Our lives will be filled with anguish and shame. What all these victims need, above all, is to know that they are not alone, that we are not forgetting them, that when their voices are stifled, we shall lend them ours, that while their freedom depends on ours, the quality of our freedom depends on theirs. This is what I say to that young Jewish boy wondering what I have done with his years. It is in his name that I speak to you, and that I express to you my deepest gratitude. No one is as capable of gratitude as one who has emerged from the kingdom of night. We know that every moment is a moment of grace, every hour an offering. Not to share them would mean to betray them. Our lives no longer belong to us alone. They belong to all those who need us desperately. So what does the Lord require of you? Micah says that we've been shown and told what God requires: to do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly with our God. When we turn to dust, our breath returns to God, the Creator who breathed life into us. When ashes are put upon the forehead, we are reminded of our ever-present connection to God. We will return to our Creator, the one who loves us, redeems us, and sustains us. The one who taught us to love mercy, justice, and walk humbly with God, to love our neighbors as ourselves. So love yourselves, warts and all, so you can love your neighbor, warts and all. For we are all the breath of God, and to God we shall return. And also, real quick here, I was sitting in your meditation room for a few minutes before the service, and I was sitting next to the bookcase, and I saw this book, Keep a True Lent. And I just very quickly leafed through it. I came across this one little thing I'd like to share. Faith is the result of many affirmations. Each affirmation helps us to build up a substantial, firm, unwavering state of mind. Because, is that the right one? Because it establishes truth in consciousness. So as we prepare to go into this new season of Christianity, as we see what's going on in our world and our communities, let's go forth serving the Lord to do mercy, justice, and walk humbly with our God. Amen.
So much.
Oh, thank you.
To join me